What is going on, guys? Back with another video. And today, guys, we are going to be discussing one of the most undervalued narratives, a narrative which is going to be one of the biggest, and there are currently some very good discounts. So we will be looking at some small altcoins, some small cap altcoins within that narrative, which have a massive upside from here, guys, right? Before we get into that though, guys, look just how well Ethereum is performing. And this is what we were all waiting for that alt season cycle to start, guys, right? So essentially broke through all-time highs. We've seen how much strength it's holding. When you look at the ETH BTC chart, it just continues to show strength, guys. And I really do believe that Ethereum is going to continue to perform from here. We're going to see a similar rally to what we saw with Bitcoin. And I can really see a $10,000 Ethereum on the cards, right? I know some people are saying that's bullish, guys, but again, that is just pretty much a 2x from the current prices, which I do think is possible. Even if it isn't, guys, 7,500, I think is definitely on the cards. But apart from that, guys, when we consider that dominance is having a very, very good decline, to consider, that around nearly just under 2 months ago, this was around 66%, and currently it is at 58.2%. And still, I do think this has potential to drop, towards 50, even lower, which you can imagine the types of returns and gains we would see on our altcoins. But apart from that, guys, obviously, we are starting to see some of the high caps start to pump again. Nothing too significant. Obviously, we've seen some pumps, the likes of Chainlink, and we've also seen some decent pumps in some of the other coins as well. But ultimately, a lot of these altcoins, guys, are still undervalued in my opinion, right? And when you have a look at Tau, guys, that is what we are going to be looking at in terms of the narrative. We are going to be looking at the AI narrative, right? Because as I've said before, guys, this is one of the best narratives to have exposure into. When you look at the real world, when you look at adoption, when you look at how much growth we're seeing within the AI sector, it shows no sign of slowing down. And when you look at pretty much all of the AI projects, a lot of them are still down on the month. You've got the likes of Tau down 20%, Virtuals down over 25%. And then obviously when you go down this list, you're going to see obviously some outliers, but generally you're going to see some good discounts across the board, especially when you come towards the lower caps, the micro caps, and that is what we're going to be looking at today, guys. So let's get straight into it, guys. The first AI altcoin, which I think is massively undervalued, is AI Tech. This is currently around $50 million in market cap, guys, and it still hasn't pumped, right? It is still down. You look at the month, you look at the past year, it is down over 62%. And from all-time high in terms of price, this is down 93%, right? So I do think that this is a good potential entry, guys. We're seeing the market start to heat up. We're going to probably see a rate cut in September, potential pause in QT. And I just think that going forward from here, guys, going into 2026, even potentially extending into 2026, we could see rallies, right? But I do expect AI to be one of potentially the first narratives to rally. So for me, guys, as I've covered this many times before, this is a project which is working within the real world, solving a real problem when it comes to high performance computing power, keeping it within Europe, and also just making it a lot more cost effective, more efficient for companies, businesses to basically use all the different high performance computing power within Europe. And apart from that as well, in addition to that, they also have a lot of different products. As you can see, their computing marketplace, obviously, where they partnered with some big brands. And on top of that as well, guys, they also have other products within that ecosystem as well. They've got AI agents, Agent Forge, where you can build AI agents. They've got AI chat assistants, chatbots, a VPN. They've got an incubator for different projects. They've got a debit card. They also do regular burns. But one of the main strengths with AI Tech, guys, is when it comes to their marketing, right? They are one of the best projects when it comes to marketing. Very strong community as well, very good engagement. AI deep in, you've got, AI agents. So there is a lot of potential with this project, especially at the current market cap. And as I've said before, guys, when you consider their marketing, you can see that they've been featured across global media, Forbes, Cointelegraph, and other big articles. But more importantly than that, guys, they have a lot of different YouTubers on board, which they are probably or very likely to continue to push going into altcoin season. So this one for me is a very solid project. I think it is going to perform extremely well. As you can see, guys, GPU resources, computing power is very important. It pretty much runs everything you can think of. And this is definitely one of the best projects within also the GPU narrative as well. As you can see here, when you come to the computing marketplace, it's cost effective. You can basically compare prices, and you can also give people the opportunity to actually rent out their GPUs as well, and they can basically earn they can earn the AI tech token. And that's another thing. The AI tech token has a good amount of token utility. So this is the first one on the list, guys. Very good price. And I do think from here, if you're looking for, I think a 20x is on the cards for this. I don't think that is completely out of the question. That would be around 1 billion in market cap. And the second one, guys, which is very, very cheap currently, guys. This is one of the most under the radar projects. Oort, currently 18 million. So it is up around 19%. But in the grand scheme of things, guys, this isn't anything to get excited about just yet. The fact that this is still under 20 million. And also when you consider that this fully diluted valuation isn't correct currently, the actual max supply, the total supply now is actually 1.2 billion, I believe, as they have moved away 800 billion, I believe, for potential burns. So the current total supply, I believe, is actually 1.2 billion. Now, what do they do, guys? Again, this is another project which gets into multiple narratives. You've got AI, you've got deepin, you've got AI agents, you've got storage, you've got layer one. So you've pretty much got all of the main narratives covered. This has got, worldwide coverage in terms of their nodes across 100 countries. They've got so many data providers within the data hub as well, over 300,000. And the good thing as well, guys, with this, they are actually generating revenue, right? So from their DMOS devices, from their storage, from the AI agents, they are actually generating real revenue, right? And also, when you consider some of the partners they have on board, which I will show you in a bit, this is a project which I really do believe is going to perform extremely well. So when it comes to the data hub, guys, this is something that everyone can basically participate in. You can download the app through the App Store, the Play Store, the Oort wallet, and you can basically, make an account and you can complete daily tasks. And some of these tasks are pretty interesting, and you can basically, compete in a leaderboard to get rewarded in actual money, right? So another solid project. It's a good way to grow the community. And as I've said as well, guys, when it comes to storage, this is one of the best overall storage providers as well. Official storage provider for the BNB chain, and they also are a lot more cost effective in comparison to some of the competition. So yeah, guys, this is another project which is very, very cheap. And also here you can see they are now integrated with the OKX wallet. So again, another potential listing in the future. But something that is very interesting is that they are still attending. They've got good marketing, and I do expect the marketing to improve in the future. They attend a lot of different events. You can see here Deepin Expo in 2025, guys. And Deepin is another narrative which I think is going to make a massive comeback. And when you consider some of their partners, you can see here, guys, right? You've got some of their investors, you've got their partners, BNB Greenfield, you've got the likes of Dell, Tencent, Lenovo, Seagate, and just so many different other projects, right? You can see here some of the academic partners. This, again, some of the team have got massive experience within some big, big academic organizations. And overall, guys, this is something which is going to perform, and it is starting to wake up. And also, when you consider that more, I think all of the big investor unlocks have already happened. So from now on, I think there is around 6 million oort, which will be unlocked every quarter. And in the grand scheme of things, guys, that is very, very, very minimal, right? So oort, another extremely undervalued gem, guys. This one I can see doing some big gains, guys. I'm talking 20, 30, potentially 50x plus from here, guys. But of course, you need to have your own targets in place. So this would be the next one that I'm looking at, guys. The third one on the list, guys, is Chain GPT. This is another one which is a little bit higher in market cap, guys, 77 million in market cap. But this is one which I do really like. And it's it's in a variety of different narratives. AI infrastructure, they offer a variety of different products. You've got the ecosystem here, you've got Chain GPT, you've got AI Hub, you've got NFT generator, you've got their launch pad, Chain GPT pad, incubation lab, you've got their own security extension, CryptoGuard, IDO platform. And overall, guys, this is just an overall AI infrastructure project, has different smart tools in place as well, where you can do audits on contracts. Also has trading assistance as well, guys. So you can see that this is an all-round AI project with solid token utility as well. And another thing as well, this is also listed on Binance, so it's going to be very easy for mass retail to flood into this, right? So Also, another project which is very strong when it comes to marketing. You can see here, guys, nearly 1 million followers, a lot of engagement as well. So this is another one all-round AI project, which I think can definitely perform well. So yeah, guys, definitely one to pay attention to. It's not going to give you as good gains as, for example, oort or AI tech, in my opinion, obviously due to the fact that it is a lot higher in market cap. But this is one that can still potentially pull off a 10 to 20x, in my opinion. Very good trading volume, very good listings, and definitely one to keep an eye on. The next one, guys, is one which does come with risk, in my opinion, guys. TARS AI, currently $38 million in market cap. And this is one which normally performs very well once we see AI projects moving. The problem is that AI isn't currently moving. So again, but another factor with a bit of fear currently is the fact that the team aren't as active as they should be. There's a lack of posts, right? The last post was, nearly 2 weeks ago, and then before that, it was another 2 weeks, and then yeah, it's just not good enough in terms of the team. They need to be more active, especially at this time in the market when things are starting to heat up. So again, the reason I like this, guys, is because they are backed by the Solana Foundation. They've received grants from the Solana Foundation, and their AI infrastructure is integrated into the Solana Seeker, the mobile phone for Solana. It's on the DApp Store. Their Sona, their AI assistant, is also available on the App Store as well. So you can see here, symbiotic AI app ecosystem dedicated to 1 million plus Solana users, guys. So this is essentially one of the main, if not the main, AI architecture project on Solana, right? Also within AI agents as well, they've got AI agent marketplace where you can create your own agents as well, guys. So I do think we're going to see AI agents start to take off again very soon. So this is one which, it does have potential, but obviously with how quiet the team are, you do need to potentially have that patience and be prepared for the risks that come with it, guys. But for me, the fact that they're backed by Solana, they've received a grant by Solana, and they're also integrated into the Solana phone, I do think that there is potential for this, right? And at the market cap it is, I do think it could potentially be a great entry point, guys. But of course, not financial advice. And the next one, guys, the final one, which I think is also extremely undervalued, Sensei. This one is definitely one of the best AI agent projects. Currently 8.6 million in market cap. So it is the smallest project on this list. And I think this has massive upside. I think this can do a 50x from here, guys. Now, when you think of AI agents, guys, these bring digital replicas for a variety of different use cases. You can use these for your business, for basically customer support, but also within other different industries as well. You can see here, use cases in a variety of different sectors. You can use it for basically consulting, manufacturing, public sector, and overall just to make your business a lot more efficient. And you can see here as well, for example, when it comes to consulting, one of the biggest pains is basically the bench time and how slow the ramp up is. And what you can do with Sensei is you can basically improve the revenue per hire, right? Or for example, when it comes to manufacturing, you can basically reduce how much time is spent with them. When it comes to public sector, 53% faster orientation. And you can imagine for something like customer support, it's just going to be a lot more easier to have an AI chatbot, an AI assistant there to solve any problems that the customer is facing. So also they have their plans here as well. Again, is important when it comes to generating real revenue. So they have all these different plans, which basically generate them a continuous revenue going forward. And then something interesting as well is when it comes to what they're doing with Sensei Island. This is a real island near the Philippines, which is basically going to be governed by AI. So very interesting concept, and overall just one which I do think has potential, guys. So there you go, guys. There are 5 undervalued tiny AI altcoins, which I think have very good upside as we're starting to see AI wake up. And these are ones that you should definitely keep on your radar. These are ones which I do think can give you some good gains. And yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these projects. Do you like these projects? And what are your targets for these going forward? And I'll see you soon for the next video.